you are not able to understand, और फिर आप हाथ खड़े करके बोलते हैं कुछ कर नहीं सकते. And Warren Buffett keeps on saying this analysis paralysis syndrome is generally found in highly educated people. ये कम पढ़े लिखे लोगों में जनरली पाया नहीं जाता. तो अगर तो आपने बहुत सारा इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ा हुआ था, सीएफए किया हुआ था, सीए किया हुआ था, बहुत अच्छे कॉलेज से एमबीए किया हुआ था, एंड यू आर थिंकिंग दैट फॉर यू इन्वेस्टिंग इज गोइंग टू बी इजी, वेलकम टू द वर्ल्ड ऑफ स्टॉक मार्केट्स. आपको इन सब चीजों का थोड़ा बहुत नुकसान ही हो सकता है. Now, being a CFA, being a CMT, I talk to traders, investors all over the world. But what I have realized is that very lot of people know a lot of things about the stock market, but very few people. All right, I'll try to make sure that I talk in English as well. So very few people. So like I said, the thing that we were talking about, that being a CFA, being a CMT, I talk to traders, investors all over the world. And what I've realized is that a lot of people know a lot of things about the stock market, but very few people understand the ABCD of investing. So what we'll try to do is, we'll start with the very basics, ekdam ABCD se start karenge, and then we'll try to raise the bar like anything in next 30-40 minutes. Now, the most basic question, if I have to start, the most basic question related to stock markets in India, that would most probably be, what are the two major stock exchanges in India? The two major stock exchanges in India. तो मैं अपना screen share on कर रहा हूँ, and let me open my whiteboard. So within a minute you should be able to see my whiteboard now. So we were talking about the most basic question related to stock markets in India. What are the two major stock exchanges? The two major stock exchanges in India are BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, and National Stock Exchange. Bombay Stock Exchange has a very well-known popular index known as Sensex. Sensex is basically a basket of top 30 companies of India. Top 30 companies of India. Now, who decides that these are the top 30 companies of India? It is decided on the basis of market value or market capitalization of a company. अभी किसी भी कंपनी का, if you want to calculate market value, how would you calculate that? Number of shares of a company into price of one share. The product that you have is known as market value. Now, when you calculate market value of each and every company in India, and then you start ranking those companies based on market cap, then you have a list of top 30 companies. Now, if I have to show you the list of top 30 companies right now, I'm assuming now you would be able to see the screen which tells you the script name. So यहाँ पे you would be on the left hand side, you will be able to see the name of the companies. Number 1, Reliance, TCS, HDFC, HUL, and the weightage of these companies in the index. So basically what it means is that there are different companies in the index, and they have a certain weightage in the index which keeps on changing. Now, why does the weightage keep on changing? Because the share price keeps on changing. Now, why does the share price keeps on changing? The share price keeps on changing because of the normal market movements. तो अगर market movements में वजह से share price change होता है, तो even the market value will change and the ranks will change. But you would be surprised to know that not only the ranks change, even the companies change in the long run. Now, when I say companies change in the long run, उसका मतलब क्या है? In 1979, if you would have seen India's best companies in 1979, अगर आप 1979 में इंडिया की बेस्ट कंपनीज देखते, तो बेस्ट कंपनीज का नाम था DCM, HMT Watches, Ambassador. ये इंडिया की बेस्ट कंपनीज थी. If you would have bought India's best companies in 1979 and you were still buying them or still holding them till today, most probably you have lost all your money. But the index kept on going higher. Now, the question that I'm trying to ask is, why did the index kept on going higher? It basically means that Sensex is not a static basket of top 30 companies. It is a dynamic basket of top 30 companies. The 30 companies will keep on changing. The companies which are not doing well, their weightage in the index will go lower, and finally they will be kicked out of the index and they will be replaced by better performing companies. It basically means Sensex and Nifty is not a static basket of top 30 companies. Sensex is not a static basket of top 30 companies. It is a dynamic basket, and the companies will keep on changing. Now, let me go to the whiteboard again. Like you have Sensex for Bombay Stock Exchange, NSE, National Stock Exchange, also has a very well-known popular index known as Nifty, which is made up of top 50 companies of India, again decided on the basis of market capitalization. Now, when you calculate the top 30 companies of in the Sensex or top 30 companies in Nifty, the first 30 companies are going to be same, and the last 20 companies relatively are going to be smaller. and the movement of the last 20 companies do not have a huge impact on the index as compared to the first 30 companies. It means in this session, whenever we talk about Sensex or Nifty, it means that it is one and it is the same thing, because the constituents, the first 30 companies are same and the last 20 companies are relatively very small. They do not have a huge impact in the index. Now the first question related to stock markets in India would be, what are the or the next question would be, why do we need Sensex and Nifty? Why do you need Sensex and Nifty? Just give me a minute, let me check with the I have little, just give me a minute for this. Perfect. I'm back. Let me open. Yeah. So the question that we were trying to ask was, why do we need Sensex and Nifty? That was the most basic. The next question, why do we need Sensex and Nifty? So I am getting both the comments to talk in Hindi and English. So I think we will stick to the language that I'll use. मैं दोनों language use करने की कोशिश करूंगा. I'll make sure that people who are comfortable with English, they are able to get the numbers in English. So I'll try to manage both the things. So I'll not look at further comments on this. So मैं दोनों languages में पूरे try कर रहा हूँ. Perfect. तो हमारा question ये था कि why do you need Sensex and Nifty? Sensex Nifty की जरूरत क्या है? सबसे पहले तो ये बात हमें करनी है. So now when I was in college, the most accepted question was that it is a barometer for the stock market. ये बताता है कि stock market कहाँ पे जाएगी. And I have nothing against this definition, एकदम सही definition है. But most of the misconceptions regarding investing happen because of this definition. When you say Sensex and Nifty is a barometer for the stock market, तो ऐसा लगने लग जाता है कि Sensex Nifty उन्हीं के लिए important है जो stock market में invest करना चाहते हैं. People who have never invested in stock markets, वो क्या सोचते हैं कि मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है सेंसेक्स निफ्टी से, बिकॉज मुझे तो इन्वेस्ट करना ही नहीं है. अगर सेंसेक्स 1000 पॉइंट ऊपर जाए, 1000 पॉइंट नीचे जाए, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ये आपकी सबसे बड़ी गलतफहमी है. Sensex and Nifty is not only the barometer for the stock market, it is actually a barometer of your and my life. It is a reflection of how well an average Indian is doing in life. Let us try to understand how. समझिए इस रूम में अगर 1000 लोग हैं और 1000 में से किसी ने भी आज तक, if there are 1000 people in this room and none of you have invested in stocks, तो आप सब लोग ने कभी स्टॉक मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट नहीं किया, बट आप सबके पास एक मोबाइल कनेक्शन तो है. irrespective of you invest in stock markets or not, all of you own a mobile connection. Let us assume that mobile connection is of Bharti Airtel. Now you pay a monthly rental to Bharti Airtel. तो अगर आप महीने के महीने भारती एयरटेल को रेवेन्यू रेंटल पे करते हैं, तो भारती एयरटेल का रेवेन्यू गोज हायर. If the revenue goes higher, maybe the profit also goes higher in the long run. If the profit goes higher in the long run, even the share price goes higher in the long run. And if Bharti Airtel's share price goes higher, it means Sensex and Nifty also goes higher. क्योंकि Bharti Airtel is a part of that Sensex and Nifty top 30, top 50 companies. इसका मतलब in the long run, Sensex and Nifty does not go higher or lower when you and I invest in stock markets. Sensex and Nifty in the long run goes higher when you and I as consumers buy more mobile connections from Bharti Airtel, more cars from Maruti, more houses from DLF, more oil from Indian Oil Corporation. When you and I buy more, जब मैं और आप ज्यादा खरीदते हैं, तो revenue, profit, share price of these top 30, top 50 companies directly or indirectly goes higher, which takes Sensex and Nifty also higher. So what I'm trying to say is that Sensex and Nifty is not only the barometer for the stock market, it is actually a barometer of the consumption capacity of the country. हमारी country की consumption capacity. Now what do you understand by consumption capacity? या in fact जब मैं consumption की बात करता हूं, तो एक और बहुत important चीज के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं, which is GDP, Gross Domestic Product. Now, how would you define GDP? तो हम सबके लिए बहुत जरूरी है समझना कि GDP मतलब क्या. Now, if I have to define GDP, तो हम कई बार बोलते हैं GDP is the final value of all goods and services produced in the borders of the country. मतलब हमारी कंट्री के बॉर्डर में जितने का भी सामान प्रोड्यूस हुआ, चाहे इंडियन कंपनी ने बनाया चाहे बाहर की कंपनी ने बनाया, बट हमारी कंट्री के बॉर्डर के अंदर जितना भी सामान प्रोड्यूस हुआ उन सबकी फाइनल वैल्यू, यानी मैंने कोई कोर्स बनाया, इट्स अ सर्विस, तो कोर्स की फाइनल वैल्यू, अगर किसी ने खाना बना के बेचा तो खाने की फाइनल वैल्यू, गाड़ी बनाई तो गाड़ी की फाइनल वैल्यू. सो वी कैलकुलेट फाइनल वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द बॉर्डर्स ऑफ द कंट्री एंड देन वी कैलकुलेट द जीडीपी ऑफ द कंट्री. तो इंडिया की जीडीपी इस टाइम क्या है? करीब करीब, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, इट कीप्स एग्जैक्ट नंबर नहीं होता क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर का अलग है, इस साल थोड़ा अलग चल रहा होगा, बट समवेयर अराउंड 2.9 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स. 2.9 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स मतलब मैंने बोला कि हमारी पूरी इंडिया की जीडीपी 2.9 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स है. पिछले साल हम सब हिंदुस्तानियों ने मिलके 2.9 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स का सामान प्रोड्यूस किया. नाउ यू वुड बी सरप्राइज्ड टू नो दैट the GDP of the whole country is 2.9 trillion dollars, but if you calculate the market value of top 50 companies in India, निफ्टी के अंदर जो टॉप 50 कंपनीज होती हैं, अगर उनकी मार्केट वैल्यू निकालें तो जस्ट बिफोर द कोविड क्राइसिस, ये जो कोरोना वायरस क्राइसिस हुआ उससे पहले अगर हम देखते तो 2.9 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स पूरी जीडीपी, but the market value of top 50 companies was somewhere around 1.3-1.4 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स. तो इंटरेस्टिंग क्या है? पूरी जीडीपी 2.9 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स, मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ टॉप 50 कंपनीज 1.3-1.4 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स. You would be further surprised to know that if you calculate market value of all the listed companies in India, सारी लिस्टेड कंपनीज की अगर आप मार्केट वैल्यू निकालेंगे बिफोर द कोविड क्राइसिस, दैट नंबर वाज समवेयर अराउंड 2.4-2.5 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स. तो मैं वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूं, मैंने ये बोला पूरी जीडीपी जो है वो है हमारी 3 ट्रिलियन डॉलर की, 2.9 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स की, और उसके अंदर जो पहली कंपनी है, जो हमारी टॉप 50 कंपनीज, उनकी मार्केट वैल्यू 1.3-1.4 और ऑल द लिस्टेड कंपनीज की 2.4-2.5 ट्रिलियन डॉलर्स. तो कई लोग इस नंबर को बहुत ज्यादा फॉलो करते हैं, जिसको बोला जाता है मार्केट कैप ऑफ ऑल द लिस्टेड कंपनीज